biomedical waste is categorized into 4 categories. One is yellow, red, white,
Blue.
and blue. Okay, there are 4 categories of waste. How to segregate waste in hospitals? Depending on the type of subcategories of waste, you have to segregate waste into yellow, and we have to segregate into red, and we have to segregate into white, and we also have to segregate into blue. All human analytical waste, chemical waste, then microbiology laboratory waste has to go into the yellow color bag or container, and all contaminated infectious plastics have to go into red bag. All waste shops have to go into translucent, leak-proof, waterproof, and tamper-proof container. White container has to be used for the purpose of waste shops, and all glass waste and body implants, metal body implants, have to be segregated into blue color coded on the container only box. Okay. Now, how to segregate them in the hospital? First of all, in the hospital, you have to identify ward-wise activity. What type of waste is there? What type of activity is there in each and every ward? Means, if you identify what type of activity is there, then you have to identify activity-wise what type of waste is generated. Means, suppose simple example. I am telling you simple example. If you go to any bandage room, what they do is they clean the wound, and if there is a bandage of earlier bandage is there, they remove. What they do, if there is a wound on your hand, what they do is first they remove bandage. Therefore, that is a cotton soaked with infectious blood. Okay, that will go into which one? Which bag? Yellow bag. Then they clean wound with the cotton. They take some the chemical and they clean this wound using the cotton. Therefore, blood soaked cotton is there. That is also goes into yellow bag. 2 ones over. Now they put it bandage. Simple thing. Therefore, one more example I will tell you. If there is an injection, if you go to any room where they put injection in the hospital, what type of they use needle? Syringe is there. Then what they do is first they take chemical into the medicine into the needle or syringe. Then they put the needle into the body. Injection is over. They remove it. They put waste cotton. And here, generally needle is placed in electrical cutter or hand cutter. Means they remove the needle first. They cut needle. Then they remove the steel portion. Then plastic, that is the syringe. That will go to plastic is there. Stainless steel needle is there. Now there is a waste cotton soaked with the blood. 3 varieties of waste is there. Apart from this, if all medicine is over from the bottle, then there is a glass bottle. You see, if you go to any injection room, there are 4 types of waste. One is blood soaked cotton, needle, syringe, residual containing glass. Medicine in a glass bottle, there is residual medicine is there. Maybe traces of the medicine may be there in the bottle. Now there are 4 types of waste is there. One is blood soaked cotton. This will go into yellow. Similarly, needle will go into which one? White container. Whereas syringe is a red plastic. It will go to red bag. And 4th one is glass. Glass will go to
blue.
Fantastic. Therefore, you have to identify what type of activity is there in each ward, and activity-wise, what type of waste is generated. You have to segregate all these things. Then, once if you know activity causing these type of waste, and if you know what is the quantum of waste generated, each quantum of waste generated from each ward, activity-wise, if you know, then you can decide what is the type of box required in each and every ward. Means, I know what type of waste is generated as per the rules, what type of category it will go into cause, yellow, red, white, or blue, and what is the quantum of waste is generated from each ward. If I know, then I can decide what is the size of my bin from each and every ward. Once if I know the quantum, I can decide what is the size of bins. Once if I know size of bins, generally I have to keep 3 sets of bins. Then so that we can easily, one will be in use, one will be in reserve, one will be under cleaning stage. Therefore, always you have to have 3 sets of bins should be there depending in each and every ward, so that you can manage waste in meantime. Once waste is segregated, then it can be collected, transported, and further treated and disposed of safely. Therefore, segregation is a must so that you can minimize the cost. Now, as per color coded, as per BMWM waste rules, these are the waste has to go into yellow color container or bag. Every container should be placed with one label called as biohazard label. Therefore, yellow color waste has to be labeled with a biohazard label. Then any meaning, it is universally used label. And human nautical waste, animal nautical waste, soiled waste, blood samples and blood bag. Of course, these have to be pre-treated. Blood sample and blood bag has to be pre-treated. How it has to be pre-treated, I will tell you in my next class. Similarly, chemical waste, pre-treated. This also has to be pre-treated. Expired or discarded medicines, all the contaminated linen, beddings, mattresses, routine mask and ground has to be placed in yellow color container or bag. Microbiology, biotechnology, clinical laboratory waste also requires pre-treatment. These has to be pre-treated. This waste has to be placed into yellow color bag. Any doubt, please, in this? Pre-treatment is concerned. How it is treated, I will tell you in my next class, please. Okay. As far as the yellow color. Similarly, in case of cytotoxic drugs, means any drugs used for the purpose of cancer patients, any residual drugs are there. The drugs have to be placed in yellow color container or bag, and this label has to be placed here, not the biohazard label. This is the label called C. C refers to cytotoxic drugs. Therefore, for management of cytotoxic drugs, you have to use the label called C. Therefore, all the yellow color coded waste have to go like this into yellow color container. Some waste requires pre-treatment, like this waste requires pre-treatment, like microbiology, bacterial waste requires pre-treatment. Similarly, by using autoclave, it has to be pre-treated. By using autoclave, that waste has to go into the yellow bag. And similarly, yes, animal undercover waste, dead rats or animals, has to go into the yellow bag. Soiled waste means blood-soaked cottons has to go into the yellow bag or container, and chemical waste has to go into the yellow bag. Discarded days expired medicine has to go into yellow bag, and human undercover waste also has to go into the yellow bag, and discarded linen mattresses has to go into the yellow bag. These are the, of course, you may ask me one question, sir, mattresses will be very big. How to? You have to cut into pieces, and small pieces has to go into the yellow bag or container, or as such you can wrap into yellow color the bag and you can dispose as such. Second one is the yellow color, red color waste has to be properly segregated. But these plastic waste before segregation has to go for, generally before going for segregation, it is mutilated. Generally, the plastic waste is disappearing from the hospitals. What the therefore, generally it is suggested to mutilate, cut into pieces, then you throw. Therefore, you can avoid reuse of these plastics without treatment. Therefore, you can avoid reuse of this sort of plastic waste in the medical field. Therefore, it is always suggested to go for mutilation, means cut into pieces, then you put into red bag all the plastics so that no further treatment may happen. And all the waste shops has to be placed this sort of container. White container should be able to see what is inside, and tamper-proof, leak-proof container. And you can use, if required, you can use 2% sodium hypochlorite solution, 1 to 2% sodium hypochlorite solution. You can use, you can put inside this container and keep this waste shops in stored conditions, so that even if there is a diable, if there is a if you come in contact with these sort of shops, not going to cause any infection for you people if it is ensured onset treatment using sodium hypochlorite. Fourth category of waste is the blue color, the category of waste, that is the glassware and the body implants. Means these are all infected. Without the infection, there's no necessary to worry. Infected glassware and infected metal body implants have to be segregated into blue color coded container bag, and you have to put this biohazard symbol that indicates it is a healthcare waste. Therefore, it gives caution that there is healthcare waste, so that anybody come in contact with them, they will be cautious. All these waste has to be kept in the separate bins at designated places within the hospitals in wards, not close to the patients. Always, waste should not be placed very next to the patients. That is going to cause infection. Therefore, it should be away from the patient. Designated place should be there. Proper label should be there. Proper the signboard should be there where you have to keep these waste bins so that you can segregate the waste. All these segregated waste, yellow color, red color waste, white, the waste segregated in white box, container, or glass waste and body plants. Once it is segregated, that will go for treatment either by captive treatment facility or any common facility, through a common facility located within 70 kilometers. Therefore, generally, if there is a common facility located close to the hospital, then it is not permitted to have any captive treatment facilities. Any common facility which is there, 70 about 70 kilometers, then healthcare facility will have their own on-site treatment facility. Suppose if any facility is there more than 70 kilometers, then healthcare facility is permitted to have on-site treatment facility. If any facility is there within 70 kilometers, then healthcare facility is not allowed to have any on-site treatment facilities. Then that waste has to be disposed of only through a facility located within 70 kilometers. Here, yellow color waste is treated by incineration, followed by the ash and all is disposed of into landfills. Red color plastic waste is treated by autoclave or microwave or hydroclaving, and followed by it is shredding is a must. Then waste will go for recycling, for road making or energy recovery and all. White, the waste shops will go for autoclaving or dry heat sterilization, followed by shredding, and further it will go for recycling or it is disposed of by encapsulation or landfills. Okay, enclosed containers or so. Then finally, the glass waste and metal body implants also will go for after treatment. They will go for recycling. It is permitted as per the law. Radioactive waste has to be, cytotoxic waste has to be segregated into separate yellow color container with cytotoxic label, and this waste has to be disposed of by using the incineration, definitely by incineration or plasma pyrolysis. Radioactive waste has to be disposed of in accordance with the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board guidelines, or their guidelines are there. Any equipment used for the purpose of diagnosis or once it is outdated, all this waste fall into the category of radioactive waste. This waste has to be treated and disposed of in accordance with the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board and the rules framed by the Atomic Energy Board. As far as the mercury waste is treatment and disposal concerned, mercury spill. Anybody is having a about collection of mercury, please? To collect mercury spill? Yeah, Tejaswini Amma. Do you have idea about mercury collection procedure? Yeah, anybody having idea about mercury waste collection?
No collection.
Yeah, Amiraji. Do you
Sir,
know how
no
to collect
collection.
mercury spills?
No, sir.
No. Okay, no problem, no problem. Just follow the procedure. If at all, if there is a mercury spill, first, if there is a thermometer breakage or the BP operator's breakage is there within the ward, then in that ward, first you have to evacuate the patients. Why? Mercury is vapor in nature at room temperature. Mercury becomes mercury. You can see in a it is a liquid metal. It is the only metal available in the form of liquid, but it can become a vapor at room temperature. Metal, which is a toxic metal, which is in the form of liquid form. It is the only metal available in the world in metal, the liquid form, but it can evaporate at room temperature. Okay, therefore, once if it is evaporated, the mercury is highly toxic in nature that causes impact on the nearby patient. Therefore, you have to evacuate the patients, then search for your personal protective equipment, wear PPE. Once you then identify the mercury spill kit, because of when there is a fall of thermometer breakage is there, mercury which is there as a part of thermometer is it spreads like balls, small balls. That means some balls, mercury balls can be seen with your naked eye, some balls which you cannot see with your naked eye. Therefore, mercury spill kit should be there with one torch light, it have PPE, the gloves, boards, and other the PPE should be there, so that is not going to cause impact on you. Therefore, first you have to wear goggles, then the protection for the eyes, also mask, everything has to be wore. Then see that first of all you see that the what you call it as, first of all you see that the mercury, whether you can the correct the mercury bills or not easily. How to correct it? I told you mercury balls are there on the floor in the form of a ball. If you don't remove them, it becomes vapors within at room temperature immediately at a certain time within no time. Therefore, in order to collect them, there are two procedures. Some you can see with your naked eye, some you cannot see with your naked eye. How to collect the mercury balls with the naked eye, which you can see with your naked eyes? Take two plastic sheets. Assume these are the two plastic sheets. Make this the mercury balls closer and closer, then it becomes one ball. If you make them come closer and closer, it becomes one ball. Now I have mercury in the form of one ball. If I take my syringe, I have to use my syringe without needle. and this is a syringe. If there's a mercury ball is there, I can remove this using my syringe. I can bring mercury into this syringe. Once mercury is collected into syringe, I can put them into a bottle which is filled with hot water. The bottle is there filled with hot water, just pour into this. Because why? Plastic bottle is preferred because if there is a fall, it will not going to break. Half filled means in order to control vaporization. Therefore, it will be there as a part of water only. Now, this is the procedure I know how to collect the mercury balls which you can see with your naked eye. Now, second one is mercury balls on the floor which you cannot see with your naked eye. For that, you have to take zinc or sulfur powder, spray over the spill area. Then, similar procedure, you have to, when you spray zinc or sulfur powder over the mercury spill area, you can see the change in the color. That is the first advantage is mercury balls which are there minute in the shape, they change the color, therefore you can identify that is a mercury. Second one is it suppresses vaporization. There is zinc or sulfur powder that suppresses vaporization, therefore it will be there as such. Therefore now, similar procedure, you take two plastic sheets, make closer and closer, then this becomes one ball. Using the same procedure, take your syringe without needle, suck into the syringe, this take the plastic bottle half filled with water, pour this mercury into this. Therefore, now all the mercury which is there has been removed. Now, say take sodium sulfate solution and clean the using the sodium sulfate solution, clean the mercury spill area completely. Then we have got a contaminated mercury bearing base. One is syringe is a contaminated mercury syringe. It has contained some residual mercury. When you are cleaning, that area also may contain some mercury. Therefore, this will fall under the category of hazardous waste. Now, whatever the mercury which you have collected into this plastic bottle, half filled with water, you have to put a label stating that hazardous waste. This you have to keep it in cold condition so that it is not going to evaporate. And this mercury collected mercury spill has to be disposed of through a recycler or the manufacturer of any mercury-based instruments that is there. Therefore, you can dispose of through TSDF operator in the country. This is the procedure how to collect this and how to dispose of. This has been listed out in our the guidelines. If you please kindly refer to these guidelines, they give completely information. Apart from this, for the purpose of selection, the handling of waste, proper training and safety aspects proper training has to be given to the staff, healthcare staff, and also immunization has to be done, and proper training is a must for all the healthcare workers. Of course, without PPEs, you are not supposed to handle any waste, and you have to have all the waste. The PPEs, then only you have to handle the healthcare waste. Otherwise, you are not permitted to handle the waste. And all the records has to be maintained properly. And how much waste is generated, how much waste you have treated, pre-treated, how much waste you have disposed of through the common environmental treatment facility operator, and how much waste, quantum of waste has been recycled by you. Everything has to be recorded and records has to be implemented. Of course, you have to have for ensuring proper the compliance verification. There should be some voluntary environmental service squad should be there as a part of the hospitals. Now, just to recollect about what you have learned in today's class about the category of waste, waste can be categorized into classification is there as per the physical properties. That is, one is solid and liquid. The solid can be converted into category into biological waste, non-biological waste, whereas liquid waste can be classified into black water, gray water, and storm water. Classification of waste based on hazardous nature, non-hazardous, and hazardous nature. Hazardous waste is like e-waste, radioactive waste, healthcare waste, etc. And similarly, the non-hazardous paper, plastic, tin, vegetable waste, etc. They are not non-hazardous. Classification of the healthcare waste as per WHO is sharp. There are two types of categories of waste as per WHO. Healthcare waste into the hazardous nature and non-hazardous nature. Hazardous nature waste are subcategories into 6 categories. There is sharps, infectious waste, pathological waste, pharmaceutical waste, and cytotoxic, chemical, radioactive waste, and non-hazardous waste. Similarly, classification of biometric waste as per the biometric waste rules is yellow, red, blue, and white. But classification of waste as per source is healthcare waste, agricultural waste, industrial waste, and municipal solid waste. These are the 4 categories of waste as per classification of source. And we have learned about definition of biometric waste. Can you please tell me what is the definition of biometric waste, please? Now, anybody can say, please. Anybody can define how do you define biometric waste?
Biomedical waste is any waste produced during diagnosis, treatment, or immunization of human or animal research activities, or any
Treatment of
testing
human
of
beings or
biological
animals,
and health.
treatment of human beings or animals, and waste offender schedule 1. You have to say all these things completely. Okay. Now, how much quantum of waste is there? How much quantum of waste is there in the hospitals? General waste is about how much percentage? 80%. Whereas
15.
non-infectious waste, the hazardous and infectious waste is about 20%. Isn't it? This is the composition of waste from healthcare facilities. Non-infectious, non-hazardous waste is about 80%. Infectious and hazardous waste is about 20%. Isn't it? And what type of the disease it may cause? It may cause disease like if the waste is not properly disposed of, healthcare waste may cause both threat and may cause impacts like hepatitis A, B, and C. It may also cause HIV and AIDS. Also, it causes waterborne diseases such as cholera, typhoid, dysentery. Also, staphylococcal infections may cause, and streptococcal infection may cause because of contamination if waste is not properly disposed of. It may also cause, if the healthcare waste is not properly managed, it may also cause impact like health impacts like anthrax and candida infection. These are all the problem that may pose if healthcare waste is not properly disposed of. As far as the categories of waste is concerned, today is these are all about the categories of biomedical waste as per the biomedical waste rules notified under those. If any doubts are there, please you can have ask any questions. Otherwise, you can close the section, please. Any questions?
Sir, I have one query.
Yes, please.
Sir, I haven't submitted the assignment. Can I just post it to the study center?
Yeah, you have to post to the study center only, that assignment. Yeah, you can post it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, any other questions on today's topic? Yeah, then if no questions, if you all agree, you can close the session at this stage, please. Yes, please. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all
Thank you,
once
sir.
again. Thank you all once again. Yeah, please. Subrata Adhikari ji, please. What is your question, please? Yeah, any questions, Subrata Adhikari ji?
Please ask questions if you have any.
If you have any questions, you can ask. Don't hesitate. You can ask me any questions, please. Don't worry about any doubt is there. Please kindly ask so that we can have a discussion. It is useful for others also. Suppose if you ask any questions, that may be useful for others also because of, they may be having doubts. It can be clarified. Yes, yes, madam. Please
Please
unmute.
unmute, please.
Unmute
Unmute your microphone.
your mic. Mic, please. Mic.
सर
Yeah.
प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में बोल रहे हैं प्रोजेक्ट पेपर
Yeah, sir. Can you please clarify this question, please? They're asking for the project paper.
Yes. Actually, you have to do your project and submit the project at your respective study center. The study center. I'm sorry. The regional center. Your concerned regional center will forward it to School of Health Sciences for evaluation. All right. Because earlier the students used to send the projects in a piecemeal manner. Therefore, there was possibility of missing of some of the projects. So you all
सर
are requested to please submit your projects at your regional center, and your concerned regional director will forward all the projects to School of Health Sciences, IGNOU, Maidan.
सर एनी गाइडेंस और
Yeah.
प्रोजेक्ट
If you have any doubts, you ask me. I can help you. Okay. If you want to do some small project, you can do it. You can go to one hospital with their permission. You can do small project. I am telling you. Go to some hospital and with their permission, go to 5-6 wards and you can prepare a small project. Means you go and verify what is the way I told you. You go to the ward, visit the ward, identify what type of activity is there and what type of waste are generated and record what is the quantum of waste generation. Therefore, based on these 5 or 6 wards, you can prepare. These are the wards. This is the activity and causing this type of waste is generated as per biomedical waste rules. These are the categories. It may be divided into subcategories like yellow, red, white, and blue, and quantum, what type of beans they have to use. And this small project can be given by you.
Yes, sir. For further communication, reliability.
Please, first of all, read your program guide carefully. So, there is clear presentation of how to undertake your project. What are the activities you are supposed to do? Everything is clearly mentioned. Once you read the program guide, everything will be clear to you. Okay. And, we'll be organizing the workshop maybe after some days. Professor Ruchika Kuba was telling that the workshop will be conducted, I think in July. That means after your June term and examination. So during that time also you can ask the experts who will be taking different sessions in the workshop, regarding the project, etc., and they will also help you out.
Sir, one more thing.
Yeah, please.
Sir, the assignment we have to submit in the regional center or the study center? Sir, about the assignment.
Arvo Bhuvaneswar sir, can you please clarify? I think so. They have to submit in the study center.
Yeah, exactly. You see, because Bhubaneswar Regional Center is entrusted upon the responsibility of organizing only online counseling.
Program, counseling.
Rest of the things will be as usual. That means you have to deposit your assignments at your respective study centers, and your study centers will evaluate them and send the awards to your concerned regional center. Okay, so
Sir, how to contact them? Because I have to post it to India Post. That's why. How can I contact them?
no problem. You can post the assignments to your regional center directly also. There is no issue, no problem. Whether it is study
Okay.
center or regional center, it hardly matters. Even if you send the assignments to your concerned regional center, your regional center will get them evaluated and send the awards to Delhi. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
there is absolutely no problem.
Yeah, I think so. If there are any questions, now we can conclude at this stage, please. Okay, then. Thank you all once again for your kind patience.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all once again.
So thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Can you
Thank you very much, Dr. Chandrababu. So we'll be meeting again. So you are really.
Sir, ninth, I have got some other out of station I have to go. As of 9th, you can reschedule my program on any day. And
we will change it. We will change it. No problem. As per your availability of time only, it will be scheduled again.
Next week, they can give me any date, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, bye.
Thank you.